One, we are broadcasting live from SS Media U online channel. Today here I'm having two student leaders from Sheikh Hamdal Senior Secondary School, and we are on the same program that is under our education system. And today we have an interesting topic that is Syllabus Determine Your Future. And I would like to give the mic to the student leaders to introduce themselves for the audience and the wonderful listeners. We can start it from our right side.
Assalamu alaikum. Greetings to you all viewers, and to the host, greetings to you. It is an honor to be here. My name is Mariama Jallo, a grade 12 student of Sheikh Hamdan Senior Secondary School. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's wonderful introduction from Mariama Jallo from Sheikh Hamdal Senior Secondary School. Now to our left, we also have a gentleman. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Good morning, Honorable Jawara, and good morning to you all, wonderful audience. My name is Salim Injabi, the current head boy of Sheikh Hamdan Senior Secondary School. Thank you so much for having us on board here today.
That's wonderful introduction from the head boy and the head girl of Sheikh Hamdan Senior Secondary School. Today it will be too interesting because we have two heads. That is the head boy and the head girl of Sheikh Hamdan Senior Secondary School, and discussing an interesting topic that is Syllabus Determine Your Future. Now we'll go through the discussion, and one of the questions that we have will impose on the head girl. Head girl, what are the factors that will lead for one to feel worse in senior secondary school?
Okay, Mr. Host, thank you so much for that very, very important and interesting question. So, for a student to fail the WASSCE examination, there are a lot of factors.
Sure.
Because this is an examination that you've been preparing for a long period of time. From the day that you started going to school, from nursery school to high school, that is grade 12, you've been preparing for a single exam. And all those other exams you go to, they are just there to challenge you, to better prepare you for this one examination. So I would say some of the factors that lead to the failure of WASSCE have to do with the unseriousness of some of the students. You know, along the way, as we go, we become distracted. Most students at an early age, maybe at their junior school years, they're very brilliant, hardworking, always come out with good results. But as we go, as we mature, we get involved in some other things that we we move away from our path, that is our direction, that is to study for WASSCE. So sometimes that can also lead to our failure in WASSCE. That is one of the factors. And other factors can be the bulky syllabus. We know that our syllabus is very bulky.
Sure.
Yeah. So then this is like 3 years we have to cover all this syllabus for our examination. And an exam is subject, you don't know where the questions are going to be set. So it's like, there's nothing like a gamble. We have to cover the entire syllabus to say, yeah, I'm on the safe side. Even though you already covered the syllabus, you can't say, I know this is coming or this is not. So I think from my own perspective, these are a few of the factors that can lead to a student's failure in WASSCE examination.
Yeah, that's wonderful from the head girl. The head girl said that one of the factors that made the student to fail in WASSCE examination is the bulky syllabus and unseriousness of some of our students. Now, the head boy, the other question that you need to answer is that now, what will be the solution to the problem that the head girl just mentioned?
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Yeah. As he likely said, the solution to those problems, we the students should know the people we can interact with. That also matters a lot along the way. As a student, you should try by all means to connect yourself with people whom you share similar goals with. Sometimes our friendship with our mates also contributed a lot to our failures when it comes to exam. And also maturity also matters a lot. When you are in an examination hall, you really need to you really need to rest. You have to take your time because it requires maturity also.
Sure.
And then also, so as a student, you have to try by all means to live in an environment whereby you can read hard, Because after exam or after school, we as individual we all embark on diverse paths. Some pursue higher education, some enter in the workforce, delving deeper into their choosing career or field. So after school or after exam, it's your life. After spending 12 good years in schooling, it's your life. If you fail, it means that you are failed academically. It doesn't mean that you are failed in your entire life,
Sure.
but academically you are failed, even if you are going to receive for it. But it means that you are failed academically. Okay, it is a phase of a transition where one navigates uncertainties, discovers of passion, and also newfound opportunities. So you should try by all means necessary to be in a place where it is quite comfortable, that you know that it's quite comfortable, where you can read your notes, and where also you can free your minds from all frivolous things. So I think that also will really help a lot. And your relationship with your mates in the school campus matters a lot. It really matters a lot if you want to achieve success.
That's wonderful from the head boy. If I can get you well, it's just a matter of maturity, having good friends, and create an environment that will be conducive for you to read well. Now, our other question also will be imposed on the head girl. Head girl, do you think that some of the syllabus also contribute to the massive failure? Because we believe that now the failure in WASSCE is getting increased every year. Now, do you believe that the syllabus also contribute to the massive failure in WASSCE?
Well, as I said earlier from the first question, that has to do with the factors that lead to the students' failure in WASSCE. I mentioned that one of the factors is like the bulky syllabus. Like we have a lot of things to cover within these 3 years. We have a lot of things that we need to cover.
Sure.
And the issue is that most of the students, let's say like most of my fellow students, we focus, like we only depend in this like on the school to cover this syllabus.
Sure.
We don't always spend the whole day in the school. The school has learning hours, after which you have to go home. So we need to put in extra efforts to make sure that we are able, at least if we can cover everything, but at least we can cover a lot, at least a significant amount of the syllabus. That will be very, very important when it comes to the examination. So I would urge myself and my fellow students that we don't only depend on the school. We don't only depend on the school. So we should also endeavor to attend private classes. Yeah, or you can also reach out to your seniors. Some of us, we have brilliant seniors that graduated but are still willing to help us. So we can reach out to these people who are there willing to help you, like in your how to call it, academic struggle. So you can reach out to these people, they will help you. So you can cover more things out of the school campus. I
Sure.
believe this really helps students to be able to cover their syllabus on time for the examination.
Yeah, that also is wonderful solution to the questions. At the end of the day, they say that the school also have a specific time wherein all the syllabus most of the time cannot be fulfilled or cannot be finished in the schooling time. But what you need to do, see other people and create a private classes so that you can finish your syllabus in order to have a good grade in your examination. Head boy, do you think that also time factor, because learning for 3 years and giving you 2 hours 30 minutes to finish that and get a good result, do you think that is fair?
Well, it is not. It is a concern. It is a concern indeed, and I think we have to review that the time factor. It doesn't favor most of the students. Yeah, time factor also could lead to the failure of many students in WASSCE exam. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Time factor also could lead to the failure of many students in WASSCE exam. For that being the case, we'll go for short commercial break. Then when we come back, we can continue with the interesting topic, or we can go deep into the discussion that is, should WASSCE determine your future?
Do you have a dream of becoming a video editor, graphic designer, or WordPress web developer? Our digital skills training courses at skills.gm will help you in making your dreams a reality. We provide intensive hands-on courses that can help you harness the creativity in you. Our video editing course will enable you to create professional videos for home, work, or for social media handles. Being a graphic designer is among the most rewarding digital skills nowadays. We will help you acquire relevant design skills to enable you to design and manipulate pixel-based images and vector graphics for print and display. Almost every business wants to have an online presence in this digital era. We will guide you on how to create secured and professional-looking websites, blogs, and online stores. We encourage our students to engage in innovative, critical thinking, coupled with collaborative learning concepts and projects. For more information, visit us at Mall of Gambia, Bakote, office number 18, or call 7048-155, or visit our website at www.skills.gm/training.
From that commercial break, now we'll continue with our interesting topic, that is WASSCE Determine Your Future. And still now we are with the same people, that is the head girl and the head boy of Sheikh Hamdal Senior Secondary School. And our next question will be imposed on the head girl. Head girl, do you think that the criteria for one to be enrolled in the University of the Gambia is fair enough?
Thank you so much for that question.
Yeah.
So before I answer this question, I will just bring this forth. So from what I know, let's say what we all know, the criteria for the entrance to the University of the Gambia is like 5 credits, including English and mathematics.
Sure.
But when we look at the 2022 WASSCE results, we realized that like out of 15,000 plus students that sat for the examination, only 605 students were able to score 5 credits and above. So that is telling us that out of all of these 15,000, it's only like 605 people that can have the chance to enter the University of the Gambia. So from that perspective, it won't be fair. It won't be fair. Because like the rest of the students that didn't get maybe the 5 credits and above, they're also still citizens of the Gambia. They also have the right to further their education. And as students, when we go through all these challenges just to have the 9 credits that the society expects us to have, our main choice is to enter the UTG of the Gambia.
Sure.
So when you look at it in that aspect, it will not be fair. And then from research, it has shown that like the enrollment range for the UTG is like 2,000 people to 2,999. So that doesn't tell well. Because when you look at the people that sat for the examination, even this 2023 at 17,000 plus, it's even more than the enrollment range of the UTG of the Gambia. So it doesn't tell well. But then again, we are having another university at Faraba. So I'm hoping that things get better. And then even those students who could not get the 5 credits and above can also have the chance to go further their education in the UTG of the Gambia by specialization. Because maybe you want to become a journalist, you do not have maths, but you can still do journalism. I guess you can still journalism if you don't have maths. But then again, it says 5 credits, including English and math. So that means it is restricting that individual from having that chance to go further their education. So I think it's not fair at all.
Yeah, we all heard that one. Edgar said that it's not fair enough because more than approximately 15,000 students or candidates start for WASSCE examination, and approximately only 6,000 above have the criteria to enroll in University of the Gambia. And that one we can say is something like a disaster sort of, because maybe majority of them, maybe they have only left with only one subject or 2 in order to be enrolled, but still now they don't have the chance. But the head girl also is seeking for another alternative for the student also to be enrolled in University of the Gambia. Now, head boy, can we have another alternative rather than generalizing the criteria of enrollment of University of the Gambia?
Well, Tommy, this is very funny. It's indeed a concern. Like the Constitution, the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia is saying you can even become a president without having a university or without obtaining any degree from the University of the Gambia. You can with your senior secondary school certificate, and you can become a parliamentarian with that senior secondary school certificate. You can even become a president without obtaining any degree from the university. Now, the university is saying that they will not enroll you if you don't have 5 credits, including English and Maths. If those people, if you can become a president without having a degree, now to me there should be no too many restrictions for the enrollment for you to be enrolled at the University of the Gambia. It's very funny indeed. Paradoxically, when you look at it, it's funny. What was your question?
The question was that should we specialize rather than generalization of our university criteria for one to be enrolled?
Yes. The world, take a good example. Let's take a good example of the world we are living in now.
Sure.
The world is so like each and every one of us is given a chance for exploration.
Sure.
And that's why areas of specialization exist. Now, to me, the university also should, put that into consideration to know that yes, we are all given the chance to explore, and there are certain people in the community who should be given the chance to explore without putting too many restrictions on them. So it's funny anyway.
Yeah, that is wonderful response from the head boy of Sheikh Hamdal Senior Secondary School. He took a reference from the Constitution of the Gambia, which stated that even without a WASSCE certificate, one can be a member of parliament, and one also can be a president of the Gambia without a WASSCE certificate. Now that simply means there's another alternative for one to make without can make without WASSCE certificate. Now the head girl, now our own topic. Now should WASSCE determine someone's future? That is our own topic. If yes, why? And if no, why?
Thank you for that interesting question. My answer to that question is definitely no. What shouldn't determine your future? It should not determine your future. Even though, like some of us, from an early age to this stage, we are brought up with this concept, like your whole life revolves around this one examination. Every day when you wake up, like school, what does it lead to? WASSCE. So that it cannot determine one's future, and it shouldn't, and nobody should be made to believe such. The world is too wide. You can venture into different things and you can become successful. We have successful people who haven't started to WASSCE, but they are doing great. You can become a businessman, you can become a tailor, you can become an entrepreneur. There are so many things that you can be in this world without acquiring a WASSCE certificate. So no, it shouldn't determine one's future.
Yeah, that's wonderful from the head girl. The head girl strongly opposed that WASSCE should not determine one's future. She said that you can become an entrepreneur, you can also become a tailor, you can become a driver, and anything in this world, because the world is very wide and we have a lot of professional outside there. Now the head boy, our other question will be, why is it that most of the candidates were frustrated after receiving their WASSCE certificate? Because I believe, and most of the people believe, that the stereotype and the concept or the mentality is that if you fail the WASSCE, you fail your entire life. What will be your take on that?
Yes, I have to connect it with the previous question.
Sure.
The question that you threw on the head girl. Yeah, WASSCE should not determine your future. As a student, from the day the examination result, the examination timetable is released, start thinking of what will be the next step in your life. Start thinking about what you can embark on after your WASSCE exam. Now, the stereotype that we have in mind must be dealt with. That is a very wrong notion, and that is why when most of the students get their worst result. They feel frustrated because of their parents, or because of, maybe in the society people may term them as fail people because of that result. Like if they don't have 5 credit or 7 credit, we are all aiming to score eight credit, but in exam anything could happen. So I think the society also, we really need to understand that it's the societal pressure. When too much of pressure is on you in the society, like the whole society is looking up to you as somebody who is given the privilege to go to school, to go, and learn. They provided everything for you, and you end up, coming out with, let's say, 4 credit or 3 credit. I mean, you yourself will say to yourself that, I have failed already, and this is really embarrassing, and it will be very difficult for me to show this result to my parents. So it's because of societal pressure, and we must really deal with that stereotypes in mind, to say that no exam cannot determines one success in life. Because, and I will encourage all the students, I will encourage myself and everybody, that take an initiative and leave the rest in the hands of the Almighty Allah. What is an initiative? It is to do what you want to do without waiting anybody or anyone to tell you to do it. To do it. That will benefit you, yourself, and your family. That is it.
Yeah, that is wonderful encouragement. Now, the head boy believe that is what societal pressure, wherein you start schooling from grade 1 or from nursery up to grade 12, taking lunch, books, and other stuff. At the end of the day, when you get 3 or 4 credit without getting the criteria to enter in University of the Gambia, the youths or the candidates become frustrated because they are taking what expectation, or society is expecting something from them that is 5 credit above, or in order to be enrolled. At the end of the day, that will frustrate most of the youths or most of the candidates that start for WASSCE examination. Now, the head girl, the other question that I would like to impose on you is that, is it that our education system mold people to believe that if they fail WASSCE, they will not be successful? Or is it that the society is the one that is imposing this mentality on the students?
Well, I would say both. Because, like, the education system as it is, like from earlier what we were discussing about the entrance to the University of the Gambia, that is 5 credits above. So that strictly tells us that if you don't have that, you cannot have the chance to go further to study in the university, even if it's been your dream for your whole life. So when we look back also in our societies, like parents encourage their children to go to school. But I believe there should be an alternative. Like as at a young age, even though school is our main priority, right, as children, and parents take it upon themselves to make sure that students go to school and they are educated. But then I think that we should be exposed to some other, skill. So as you're going to school, when you are exposed to something else, for example, let's say tailoring, yeah, you can be going to school on your free days that you're not going to school, or during the holidays, then you will be working on that skill, improving, learning to earn a living, to make something of yourself outside of the school. You understand? So in that case, if that happened, then that means even if you didn't have the expected results from the WASSCE, you can still make something of yourself. But this is what people fail to understand. This is what the society fails to do. So as a result, when students go work through this journey till their grade 12, graduate with an unexpected, undesired results, what do they end up doing in the society? Most of them become like, they just become, how do I even define this? How do I say it? I don't want to use a word that can like offend anybody.
Sure.
But then in some kind of way, we don't end up impacting positively to the society. You understand? Especially when you're living in a background where people keep mocking you, looking down upon you, calling you names. Maybe you you are not that smart enough in the school, because we can't all be good in the classroom.
Sure.
Some of us are better off outside the classrooms. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't go to school, though. You still have the right to go to school and be educated. But then, too, maybe you have a passion in something else, or you are talented. You can be encouraged to do those things. So at the end of the day, it will be like a win-win. If you can't make it here, you can make it here, some other place. But then the way things are, it seems that is not the case. It's all, either you go to school, you have your, that's like the mindset we are raised with, that you have to go to school from your pre-nursery, nursery, junior, primary, up to this level, so that you can have that results. Even your parents, everybody, even those people that never supported you will be like so curious to know what you have, what was your results. I guess we can all relate to that. So it's very crazy that this is how society like sees things, and this is how things are, and they need to change. And I hope, like, after listening to this, we do something about it.
Yeah, that's wonderful response from the head girl. There should be a win-win situation, and there should be an alternative by going to the school and by also attending some recreational facility where you can learn skills and talent. Now, the head girl, the head boy rather, the other question that I would like to impose on you: do you believe that most of the candidates or most of the youths and the students of this country, their dreams and their passion are being scattered because of WASSCE examination? They cannot fulfill the dream that they have.
Yes, so that also could be it could be a factor. Yeah, because at some point when you don't have the result, your desired result, you will see. In fact, some students, they will be sitting around, at home lonely, and they will end up coming being an idol in the society.
Sure.
Yes, it's also a factor. And going further, like exam, there are a lot of students who fail in exam due to a lot of factors. It could be a lot of factors. And also, if we want to say that yes, those students who fail in WASSCE, like they are not people who are preparing for success, or they are not ready to be somebody who will do something positive in the society. Well, we will continue to have weak technocrats in the system, weak policy makers in the system, weak institution, and then end up having weak president in this country. So that also, yes, it's a factor.
Yeah, that's wonderful from the head boy. Sometimes also it could be lead to many factors. Some student, because you cannot say that a student from pre-primary or from pre-nursery up to grade 12 and getting fail in WASSCE, you mean that that student is not determined to be success. Sometimes students are imposed on schools. They want to do another skills, but they are forced to be in school, wherein they have another dreams to chase. At the end of the day, some also they have dream in school, but at the end of the day, WASSCE examination also will scatter their dream, will not help them in order to achieve the dream that they have in mind. Now, head girl, do you believe that it's necessary for one to do private WASSCE after failing a school WASSCE?
Well, that's a very good question. So let's go back from the discussion. Like, the university entrance is 5 credits, including English and math. So if at all your results for the WASSCE examination is not up to that, and you the course you want to pursue, you cannot get enrolled in that course, then yeah, it is like giving you another chance to study the course. So I think, yeah, it is necessary. If one has the means, it is necessary for you to resit a few of these subjects that are very important for you to further study your dream. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's wonderful from the head girl. It is better for one to do private WASSCE after doing a school WASSCE. But we also saw or see some peoples that did school WASSCE and they did private WASSCE once, two, and even thrice. Still now, they cannot have the criteria to enroll in University of the Gambia. Now, we will impose that question to the head boy. Now, what are the alternatives to those people? Because they try school WASSCE, private WASSCE once, twice, until try, still now they can have the enrollment. Now, what will be the another alternative for those people?
Well, that is why it's very important for one to have an alternative as an individual. Try to have a backup in your life. One has to have an alternative in your life. Like depending solely on exam can overlook valuable qualities that are not, easily measured on paper, and skills that are not easily measured on paper. So life challenges goes beyond more than just exam performance. So focusing on holistic development is also important, including like practical experiences and then interpersonal skills is something that is crucial for a well-rounded and resilient individual. So one has to have a backup, and then one has to have an alternative in your life. That is to include skills in your life. Do not depend, as I said, life challenges goes beyond more than exam performance. Do not say that you will depend only on your exam performance. If you said you will depend only on your exam performance, you may end up becoming a disgrace to yourself and a disgrace to your society, and that might not be good to you as an individual or a student.
Yeah, one need to have a backup, and one need to have also an alternative so that you can do a lot of things in future. Because if you depend on one thing or solely on only examination, or you only focus on examination, it could be a disaster or a distress to you and your entire life. At the end of the day, now one need to have another alternative by what engaging in what social activities, like maybe poetry, debates, and other entrepreneurial activities, so that if you fail this other way, you can have another way to go. Now, the head girl, what I would like to ask you is that now a person who have good result in WAS as expected from the society, and a person who have maybe average result as expected from the society. Now, who will you think will have better life in future?
Well, how do I frame this answer? Okay, so your question is comparing someone who has a better result in class to someone who doesn't.
Sure.
Well, that what doesn't determine one's future. I believe I answered that question earlier.
Sure.
So you having a better result than the other in what doesn't mean you have a brighter future ahead of you.
Sure.
We are living in the present. We don't know what the future holds.
Sure.
We are here today. Maybe you are ahead of the present, but tomorrow he or she might be ahead of you.
Sure.
Yeah. So it is something that is a mystery that nobody knows. But then with hard work, perseverance, and dedication, I believe you can become successful. Either you have a perfect last result or not. It all depends on you, the individual, I believe, and the mindset that you have.
Yeah, that's wonderful from the head girl. Now we are going to the head boy. Now, head boy, the last question I can say that I will ask you is that what will be your words or your advice to all the candidates that feel WASSCE, or all the candidates that are about to sit for WASSCE?
Well, okay. My final remarks will be that let's try to study hard and then associate with people whom we think we share similar goals, so that we can register animals achievements in our life. If you want to be successful, let us try by all means necessary to connect with people whom we think that we share similar goals with, in order to register animals achievement in our life. And also, do not belittle yourself. Even if you sit for WASSCE and then you do not have your desiring result, you can still make it here. I'm using champions terminology. We can all make it in life. So do not belittle yourself and do not listen to people. Let their talks do not kick you out of your hostels. Keep trying, keep striving, and also this world is large for all of us. We are all in this world, and we are all given the chance for exploration. Failing in exam doesn't mean that you cannot achieve your goals. I can sit with we all can sit in the same exam, and he can come out with satisfactory result, and I may come out with 3 credit or 4 credit. But at the end of the day, I could be a CEO at a particular institution who would employ this boy. Nobody knows the future. let's try to work hard. And then also, real world success requires critical thinking.
Sure.
It requires critical thinking. So let us not sit idle and lonely. Let us always be pondering over our life and the people who are back there sponsoring us. Sometimes in life, it is good also to think about those people, because those people are spending their resources on you for you to become somebody who will do something positive in the future. You have to look at those people behind to know that yes, they are not spending their money on you just like that, because they want you to become something who will uplift other people's life and then benefit yourself in this world. That is it.
Yeah, that is wonderful from the head boy of Sekhamdal Senior Secondary School. What I can really extract from the response is that real world success depends on critical thinking, and that also reminds me the words of Patrick Lumumba, who said that the world is looking for young men and women who can innovate, young men and women who can invent, and young men and women who are disciplined. At the end of the day, they can create the world that we like, or the things that we live on. Now, Headgal also we will give you another chance for you also to encourage the youths out there that feel WASSCE and the people that are also about to sit for WASSCE examination.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you so much for having us here on this show. It is indeed a great honor and pleasure to be here to discuss such an important, relevant issue. So, what I have to say to my fellow students is that work hard, tighten your belt, do your utmost best. Don't let the day come that you will look back and say, I could have done better. Don't let that day come. So this is your moment to shine. So all you have to do is be yourself, study as much as you can. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Your health is also very, very important. And I think some students forget this fact that their health is very, very important in pursuit of their dreams to have very good grades. When you get sick, you cannot study as much as you want to. So in the process, do things equally. Take care of yourself as you're working towards your dreams. So I would like to also say that to the government, they should at least build more skill centers for the youth, because if not everybody can have access to the university or other tertiary institutions, at least there can be a place for them as well, so they don't end up becoming like a nuisance to the society, as people call it, not my word please. So as people call it. So I believe like if they have many skill centers all over the communities, privileged enough, if they have institutions as such, so they can also have learn skills to help themselves to be empowered. It's all part of youth empowerment, I believe. So this will encourage the youth to stay in their country, strive, build their families, and then become better citizens. So this is what I have for you. Thank you once again.
Yeah, that is wonderful closing remark from the head girl of Sekhamdal Senior Secondary School. He is urging government also to establish more of recreational facilities or training centers wherein the people that did not have the criteria to be enrolled in the University of the Gambia also can have a chance to be enrolled in those recreational facilities so that they can also have a better life. Now, I would like to thank the head girl and the head boy of Masrul, Sekhamdal Senior Secondary School. Sorry for that. Sekhamdal Senior Secondary School to be here with me. They really honor our invitation, and today they are here, and we also thank them for their time in order to boost this program that is under our education system. Do join us every Monday to do our lively and interesting program under our education system. My name is Usman Jawara, your youngest host.